Hello, apologies for being late. I was sitting there trying to decide whether I wanted to redo my hair, and then I was like, you know what? We're here. This is the status of where we are. Um, Hello, happy Friday. Happy no longer April 1st. No longer April Fool's Day. Um, since I've seen you last, I finished reading a story, and I have decided as well to scrap the short story that I was struggling so much with. I think it's because I was feeling obligated to write the story rather than interested in writing the story. And so I've decided to scrap that. So we're going to work on something different today. Have I decided yet what that is? Not entirely. I think I have an idea of what I want to work on. But I may like do some tarot like inspired writing instead of, and see if that leads me to a short story that I actually want to write. So that's where we are. I do need to update my bullet journal for a couple things. My jar of stars for the quarter needs to be updated. So let's cover this. So I have some stars on there already, but I need to update the movement and the movement stickers. So need to do that. And then because I finished a story, like reading one, I should probably update my reading journal. That way I don't have to bulk update it later. But I haven't decided on my reading theme for April. I know it's bad. Like we're already in April. I should have decided ahead of time. But I had such a nice like color theme, like very pink and green, but like tealy blue green for March that I don't know necessarily, because I've got a very strong purple theme in here. That maybe I should continue with the purple theme in the reading journal. I'm just not sure if I will sort of like get tired of having the same color. I don't know. We'll see. I do have the new Arch and Olive purple Dragonspire washi tape and stamps. Maybe I'll use those. But anyway, so I could update and set up my April pages if I want to. I don't know that I want to. I think I feel more like pulling a couple tarot cards and seeing if I can make a story out of it. Because sometimes that's more fun than the traditional outlining of things and brainstorming of things. So because I feel like I get a little more off the wall stories that way, which is fun. Anyway, Stacy says hello, welcome. Stacy is going to spend the first sprints cleaning your office. I like the idea. Should probably also do, but I don't think I will. Francis says hello, join again. Hello, happy Friday. CB is here. Hello, you're working on Operation MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is your Camp Nano replacement. You're also watching Lord of the Dance, Dangerous Games, and tracking the classic FM Hall of Fame. You know, I think I've only seen one Lord of the Dance video, and I have no idea which one it is. I'm pretty sure I bothered my parents to borrow it from Blockbuster multiple times. I think, honestly, the one that I bothered my parents to borrow multiple times the most, what was it? Patrick Swayze's Soldier, I think. Is that it? No. Apparently not. There's one called Soldier. Who is in that? Kurt Russell. I don't know why I get Patrick Swayze and Kurt Russell mixed up, but I do. And that's something, yeah. So for me, those are two actors that yeah. Okay, so here's and it's probably just sort of like the era and like what was considered the hot leading man, but like very similar to me. Um, so for whatever reason, they're sort of like height of their young movies. I always got them mixed up. So apologies, Kurt Russell and Pat Swayze. But like, yeah, I can't distinguish them apparently. Anyway, you've seen Lord of the Dance on stage 9 times. Nice. There will not be a 10th. Gotcha. I don't think I've ever seen it in person, but I mean, one of my besties does Irish dance, and so I'm just like, hey, dance for me. And she would dance in a heartbeat. In fact, she's recently picked Irish dance back up, and she has also started to pick up Scottish Highland dancing as well. So, fun times. Fun times. Okay, let's get down to business, I guess. Does anybody else have the Mulan song stuck in your head now? Okay, Thursday, we have a cat who is very, very intent. Favorite book, Eat, Pray, and Love. Just the other kind of pray, and I wish that it would focus. But anyway, we have a little supposed mouse door, but I think it looks a little bit bigger. I think maybe somebody was doing some maintenance. And then we have 3 very adorable little ones. Hanging out with your peeps feeds the souls. If someone brings marshmallow peeps, bonus. So cute. Oh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this one over here, that one. I'm pretty sure their eyes have not focused yet. Looks a little wonky-eyed. The one on the other end, though, looks like their eyeliner game is just perfect already. It's fantastic. Francis loves the pun for Eat, Pray, Love. Yes. Yes, yes. Very cute. Okay. Then we need a card. For the day. The one on the right reminds you of your furry cousin Fish, the calico. You thought she was a tortie, but she doesn't have enough markings. Oh. I did not know that that was a distinction. I thought the calicos were just like color block type. And the tortoiseshells, well, I guess the tortoiseshells do have a good number of markings, but I didn't realize there was a interesting. Yes. Yeah. I figured torties are usually a lot more marked than calicos, but I didn't realize that they were actually like the same thing, just a different number of markings. So, you like the cats, but no peeps. That is the hill you will die on. So let me, because it means more peeps for the rest of you. Take my share. Yes. Will do. My sister-in-law, I think it was my sister-in-law, introduced us to peep jousting when she and my brother were first dating. It was very cute. Okay, so we have Canary, number 12. Sing your own song. CB says, I've never had marshmallow peeps. They're not a thing here. You're not missing a whole bunch. I mean, if you really want the experience, you essentially just roll a marshmallow in like very granular sugar, like, and then just eat it. That's it. That's it. It's just a marshmallow covered in sugar. So, okay. Canary, number 12. Sing your own song. The canary arrives to help you find your authentic voice and express what is in your heart. Free yourself to experience your inner light and let it shine as the canary sings to remind you of your inherent joy and to support you in as you sing your own song. Now is a time to let the world know who you really are. The canary's message is that you are free to be yourself and express yourself as express your most cherished desires. The world wants to hear your song. If your inquiry is about a relationship, you are being called to fully be yourself, for only then will you find harmony and joy. You can make music with others so beautifully when your own note rings true. So there you go. There you go. That is our, I think we're slightly off focus. So we will try and bring that back. Maybe. Yes. There we go. Fantastic. And I am definitely slouching, like majorly. Okay. All right. We are now no longer quite as slouchy. Okay. So we've pulled our cats, we've pulled our card. Our first sprint, I'm going to be doing my journal updates, I think. Honestly, shouldn't take me too long if I'm just doing the regular bullet journal, which is, I think, is what I would like to do. And then I will swap over to pulling some tarot cards for story inspiration. Okay. All right, let's do this. 1, save your document if you've already been working. If not, now's a great time to pull up whatever you're going to work on. 2 is make sure you have something to hydrate with. Go ahead and take a sip. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4 is if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Not entirely sure if I'm getting a whole lot just yet. I've just pulled the 5th card, and I'm trying to figure out maybe how these are all tied together, because for the most part, I've gotten, well, I guess the majority of these are all, not necessarily, but a lot of these are figure-based cards. So, yeah, but I thought the first one was very interesting. The first one is the Knight of Pentacles. Very cool looking card. Of course, I pulled him inverted, as I pulled most of the cards today were inverted. So I may just come back to Mr. Stag Knight here and see what I can pull and think of for him. But yeah. Oh, and we're now out of focus again. Sorry, y'all. It's not exactly white, but maybe it'll do. Guess not. Anyway, how was your sprint? So I got about 1.25 pages of notes. See if this whiter page will do. It's thinking about it. There we go. Okay, also the poll for today. Yes, I forgot to discuss it again. But the poll for today is that your main character has to meet somebody on the shady side of town, the shady, the sketchy part of town. Where would that be for your work in progress? Where is the shady side of town? Is it the harbor or the docks? Is it the railway station? Is it down by the river? Or is it near the factories? So where is this sort of like sketchy part of town where nefarious people might hang out? Anyway, so yeah, that's the question. Poetic POV, Eva, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, creative friends, you say, welcome. As someone who lives by the river, gotcha. Stacy says, well, I got a bit of cleaning done and then sat down to write, but you need to get into it. Gotcha. CB got 344 words. Nice. Excellent. That's a good chunk of words. Stacy says, maybe I need to get my handwritten notes out to see if there's something there that will spark. Yeah, that's sort of what I'm doing, is going back to like inspiration and seeing what we get. May I ask which set the knight is from? So this is from the True Black tarot set. Is that gonna True Black? And it's one that I showed on stream the other day. It's expensive because the guy like hand drew the artwork over probably the course of several years. And like it's gorgeous. And he has both a light and a dark set now. Gorgeous, but expensive. So CB says, I'm going to be going through to make dinner meat free because it's Good Friday. Are you going to have fish or just like actual like meat free? I don't know. It's like, do we count fish as meat here? I don't know. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. Either way, it's fine. My mom was raised Catholic, so there are often a lot of Fridays where she just unconsciously chooses a fish option because of just that's how her brain works. So I'm curious to know. We might have like fish and grits tonight because I'm just going to see if it happens. But yeah. So, let's see. What else? Yeah, I don't know. These cards are always gorgeous. But yeah, I have managed to pull one. I pulled the Knight of Pentacles, and then I pulled 3 major arcanas, and then I pulled the King of Swords. So I'm not entirely sure where this potential story idea is going, but I like the Stag Knight as a main character to focus on because he's interesting. So that's what we may do. Steve says, I forgot to pull something out, so we're having tacos for dinner tonight. Also fine. You're performing at the Good Friday service, so you need to have quick dinner ready. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I know the feeling. Okay. Let's. CB says, I don't eat fish at all. Your mother grew up eating fish on Fridays. You'll probably have pasta or maybe mozzarella sticks. Also fine. Also fine. Whatever food you have that will nourish your body is good. Let's go ahead and do a second sprint. I think I may pull one more card and then see if I can string them together in some semblance of a story idea. Because I don't want to just like keep pulling cards. I need to actually like put my foot down and start stringing the idea together. Okay, second sprint is the self-promo sprint, so don't forget to do any self-promo. And also make sure that if you have not answered the poll, you do so. Here we go. 1, save your document. 2 is take a sip of whatever it is you're hydrating with. Cheers. 3. Oh no. Your weekend plans are kind of up in the air. Found out that Karma has strep throat and will be contagious until about noon on Sunday. Gotcha. By which case, somebody else in the family might have caught it and be contagious. Yeah, I know how that goes. 2 is sip. 3 is straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. 4 is make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. How we doing? I am struggling with stamping. That's not new. Happens every time. But I am managing. So there's that. Setting up the pages for the main first page for April in my reading journal. I did figure out sort of like a basic storyline for my tarot cards. So yeah, some political intrigue, reckless crown prince, a royal who lost the succession fight but hasn't given up their ambitions and is sort of maneuvering things from need something to wipe this with. Maneuvering things from the shadows, I guess is what I want to say. Okay, we're just gonna use you. Okay. But yeah, so I'm about to stamp this other stamp for the first time. Hopefully I can get the pressure relatively even and not. Okay, good. That one looks great. So here's thus far. And that's with the Dragonspire stamps that came from Archer and Olive, and 2 of the washi tape from that same set as well. But yeah, that's how we're doing. How did you do? If somebody's gonna sit and get sick, it's you. Yeah. Karma drinks from the cup you keep by your bed to take medicine in the morning. That might be a habit you try and make her break. I don't know. Also, tomorrow is supposed to be Monster's birthday party, part laser tag, part at home. So Monster's not pleased. Yeah, because if Karma is super contagious, then either party is not happening or much less attendance, depending on other parents' levels of wariness. So let me get this scrap of paper back so I can wipe the block. Scrap pieces of paper come in handy when you have excess ink on blocks. So yeah. CB ended up making pasta with Heinz chili baked beans and some cheese. You make that a lot, sometimes with sausage, sometimes on its own, and sauce is very versatile and it goes well with potatoes. Nice. Might try it with rice sometimes. Yeah. I find that a lot of things that go with potatoes go with rice, just because it's a nice change of starch / carbohydrates, however you want to look at it. You're having chicken tikka masala on Monday night. Sounds good. Stay says, I like what I hand wrote a few weeks ago, so I'm basically typing that up with minimal changes now the story has begun differently. Good plan. I like it when we like what we write. It's nice. Okay, let's go ahead and do a third sprint. And I am going to continue to work, I think, on this reading journal spread. And think about this potential story idea with the stag knight merchant, corrupt royal, reckless heir and a king who apparently is oblivious. So yeah. All right, let's do this. 1, save your document. 2, make sure you take a sip of something. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine. Roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure not slouching too much. And 4 is, if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. Rubber chicken. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. I have managed to, I think, set up what I might do for the rest of the spreads. So I've got essentially like the information stuff at the top and then space for like review and comments at the bottom. The only problem is that it always takes forever for the stamp ink to dry. That is my only like concern because I don't really want to be smearing it everywhere. There's also a little bit of ghosting that's happening with the ink from the previous page. So here's what the cover, I guess, for March, or sorry, for April is going to look like. So I've gone ahead and I've marked out enough like pages for 16 titles for the month. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I will at least do, I think, the stripe in the middle for separating the comments and the stuff. I'm just not sure if I'm going to continue doing stamps. That's the one thing that I'm like, I prefer stickers over stamps because I don't have to wait for the ink to dry. I don't have to worry about double stamping. If I mess up, I can just either like kind of peel it up or leave it there and cover it with something else. So like, I don't know. So like I accidentally double stamped that one. It's not too bad because it was an accident. If I had intentionally double stamped it, it would have looked horrible. But yeah, so I'm not entirely sure, but I do like the washi tape that's up top. I think that's my favorite out of the whole set. The washi tape on the bottom is kind of interesting because it's got like the grid in the background. And then you have the variants of color and stuff. So I'm not sure. But yeah. So anyway, that's where we are in terms of journal setup. I have at least the setup like information ready to go for the first 4 titles. So like I'm not worried if I don't get more done today. I'm not worried. So I've at least got something to go on. So yay. So I have a new story idea to potentially play with and got the basics of that jotted down. I've updated my Q2 goals thus far for all of the like this first work week. And I have set up the initial pages for my April reading journal. So not super word heavy, but very productive. And I did get, I think, three like A5 size pages handwritten about story idea. So not bad. Not bad. Funky has made it. Hello. Welcome. A work day is closer to being over and the coffee is brewing. Friday is looking up. Excellent. Malkovic came in and was asking what the stream was about. And so I answered it in the chat. Fancy journal. Yes, this is one of the Tifosi. This is my reading journal. It's already getting, I can tell that I probably should have cut the washi tape in the middle and like stopped going over the spine, but I didn't. I did not. So I may regret that later. We'll see. But yeah, so as far as I will probably be about page 87 to 90 by the time that April is done. And this one has 190 pages. So depending on how we do, this may only last till through June. So I may do 2 of these this year, which would not be bad. Would not be bad at all. If I can keep up with it, that's the main thing. Can I keep up with it? So I'm doing better this year than I have before. So as long as I can kind of keep going back and updating it. I do need to go through and update March, honestly February and March, for like the 52 book club challenge and like favorite couples, the bingo boards, all that kind of stuff. So I do need to update those. So maybe that'll be my after stream homework, if you will. Stacey says, still typing up your handwritten notes, and if you're counting them as words for this project, this is the first time they're going in the digital document, then you need to type up 100 more words for your minimum goal. Nice. Blotting paper could help. Yes. Also, like Kleenex could help, I'm sure. My Kleenex box is like over there. So, yeah. But yes, blotting paper would definitely help. Since tomorrow's Monsters Party, you were hoping to get extra words today since you don't think you'll be writing tomorrow at all. Probably a good bet. Probably a good bet. All right, y'all. I think I am going to go here because it is Friday, and I'm going to let y'all toddle off to wherever you want to be in terms of productivity, in terms of creativity, whatever it may be. We do have a tie in terms of our poll. 40% each are saying that their main character is going to meet somebody on the shady side of town, and that's going to be down by the river or near the factories, 40% each, so that's 80% all told. And then the last remaining 20% says the railway station. So nobody is going to the harbor. Either the harbor is not sketchy or the harbor is way too sketchy. One or the other. One or the other. Honestly, I thought the harbor or docks would get a little bit at least, but that's okay. Maybe we don't have a harbor or docks. So, all right, let's do the last round of saving. Remember to save your document. And I will see y'all on Monday. Yes, I will see y'all on Monday. Hopefully, we'll get a whole lot done then and set us off for the second week of April in good fashion. All right, thank you very much. Don't forget to save. Make sure you're backed up your March projects, all that good stuff. I will see y'all soon. Bye.